Hello, and welcome back to Future Star STEM at Home. So in today's activity, we're going to do what's called elephant toothpaste, fantastic foamy fountain. It has a variety of different names that you can find on the internet. Some of the things that you're going to need is some dish soap, some food coloring, some yeast, some hot water, and some hydrogen peroxide. So I have an industrial one, but you can also use the hydrogen peroxide that's in the brown bottle that's in your house. I have a bigger bottle because we've done this as an activity in this STEM program. But before we get started in the activity, I'm kind of laughing at myself today because normally I do this on my laptop, but for some reason I guess Facebook did some updates on Chrome and it's not working properly. So instead of not doing this, I just turned my phone on. And so as you can see, the image is a little tighter because I'm not on my laptop. But hey, we're gonna make it happen. That's what you do when you're in technology. You figure out a way to keep it going, because I wanted to keep my lunchtime commitment with you all in providing a lunchtime activity, because it gives me energy and gives me life. So it's a smaller, closer look at me today. But as I've said in the past, I am still working with the $1 Million Teacher Project and the Title I Tech. So if you have or would love to help us get more devices, digital devices, computers, tablets, and resources or internet in the homes of the kids and families that do not have access, even though summer is right around the corner, summer school is going to happen, our kids still have to be prepared. I've heard on the read on the internet that some schools in some other states are not even going to start back in the fall. So if that does happen in Arizona, how do we equip our kids with the technology that's needed for them to go back? So a donation of $250 would get them a device. A donation of $500 would get them a device and internet in their home for a year, which would help them be ready for either staying home throughout the rest of 2020 or preparing them to get caught up for the summer. So I really hope that you can support and keep us going in that. So I'm gonna get off of that, and now let's talk about the elephant toothpaste. So I have printed the instructions because I've made this a few times, but for some reason the instructions aren't sticking with me in my brain today. So I did print them out so that I can have them here so that I can make sure that this happens properly. So what we're going to start with is a empty water bottle. So what I'm going to put in the water bottle first is the hydrogen peroxide. So of that amount, I need a half a cup. So I have a half a cup, and I'm going to, so I also brought a tin pan. So I'm gonna use this so that I don't spill anywhere, just because, you know, we are doing it live. So I'm just gonna pour the measure of half a cup. And I'll actually set that down. So then I put the bottle in here, and I have funnels. I have a few funnel options. So we're gonna just pour it on in. So when your kids are working with the hydrogen peroxide, you just want them to be mindful and be careful not to splash it or get it in their eyes, and just, you know, for fun purposes, give them the little safety glasses and let them wear those, because, you know, they all have fun with that when they get to wear the little safety glasses. So next we're just going to add some food coloring. So we're just going to do 10 drops, 10, 11, whatever you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just to add a little more color to it. So we're just adding that. So then we're just gonna mix it up a little bit. So now I need to add the soap. So the soap, see, I need my glasses. The dish soap is 1 tablespoon. So that's it, here we go, 1 tablespoon. So this is actually a half a tablespoon, but I'm gonna just do 2 of them, just to, because I need the tablespoon again. So just to pour it in there. Then we're just gonna add another set of it. So 2 halves equals 1. So just because I'm gonna need the tablespoon for the yeast. So I don't wanna use the full tablespoon side for the yeast as well as the soap, because then it'll get stuck on there. So I will use the full tablespoon side for the next part. So we're gonna take a tablespoon of yeast and put it into this container. So let me make some room so that you can see. So a tablespoon of yeast. So for those that bake, which is not me very often, yeast helps things to rise. So we're gonna add that tablespoon of yeast. And then I need warm water. So I microwave this water very hot. So you need 3 tablespoons of water. So I'm gonna just add the water, of course, make a little mess. And so also with the water and the yeast, sometimes it says a certain amount, but sometimes you may have to add a little more, just because if the water is not hot enough, sometimes it will not dissolve it. So sometimes you have to add a little more because you want to stir it up and get it all smooth in there. See, look, if I show you the spoon, it's still chunky. So you just got to keep stirring. And then I'm going to add a little more water, just a little more warm water. The water is still quite warm, so I'm proud about that because I microwaved it a couple minutes ago. So you just want to keep stirring it. Whoops. Yep, there you have it. Science, it gets all over you. It's the fun part. So just stirring the yeast. I do recommend using plastic spoons to stir, and not a stir stick or something, because you don't want the minerals on like the wooden stir sticks and things like that to get into this. So what this is going to do is the bubbles, the elephant toothpaste is reacting to the hydrogen peroxide and the oxygen, and you're just going to get a fun little explosion. So let's put the lid on this, and we're going to bring this tin back up here, get a different foam, put this back in here. Actually, I'm going to put some more stuff on the floor because this can get a little messy. So that's why I have this tin. So it happens really fast. So let me make sure you can see it. So we're going to add the yeast, which is then going to mix with the hydrogen peroxide and the dish soap, and the soap is going to give it the foam, and then you're going to have a reaction. So, and then you have to remove the funnel pretty fast. So there you go. So you get your little foam and it starts to just explode, and that's your elephant toothpaste. And so it's just a fun activity. It does produce a little heat that comes off of it, and you can have the conversation with your kids about what's happening and how it's separating. I will put the link to Science Bob in the comments so that you can look it up if you want to. But it's just a fun way of things that's in your house and how they react and what happens and what you get when you mix hydrogen peroxide with water. And as you can see, it's still going. This gets pretty full. And this is what, like, it's an outside activity that I brought indoors so that I could do it for you all. But fancy foam fountain or elephant toothpaste, which is just a fun activity for kids to, as I was saying, talk about hydrogen peroxide. A lot of us know about hydrogen peroxide as far as when we were kids, we put it in our wounds and how it killed the bacteria. And so this is just talking about the separation of that with the oxygen. So I hope you enjoyed this activity. I will be back on Thursday with another hands-on STEM activity. I think I'm gonna do some more with yeast. I'm still researching on which one I wanna do. I think I have another one that's kind of similar to this where yeast can actually blow up a balloon. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you on Thursday. And again, we do look for your support in the digital divide and the Title I Tech initiative that we are partnering with the $1 Million Teacher Project. Thanks again for watching. Have a blessed day.